lot of times things aren't what they seem. And one of the things that the dating scene or the world, men and women, are under the oppression of right now is women have it easier than men, and they have more options than men. You hear it all the time. She ain't got to do nothing. All she got to do is exist, and this and this and that, and men will be at her feet and blah, 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 right? True, but false. See, I hope as a man you're working on yourself. I hope you're trying to tap into your higher self. So you won't think this way. You think in this way because you don't understand the dynamics, the levels, and everything that comes with this so-called reality. Even women need to hear this video because they're under the delusion that they have more options than men when they really don't. They really don't. At best, they have the same amount of options as men. But most have less options than men, and I'm going to explain in this video. You might say, well, man, she looks good. There's always men in her face. Blah, 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 right? Number one on the list as a man, you should be trying to self-improve. I hope you're trying to do that. Because once you do this, you'll narrow yourself down to, let's say, the 20%. Right? You might not be 20% in the world. You might not be Jay-Z or whatever like that. But you'll be 20% as a everyday, guy that they come around or come across. Make sure you're looking good. Make sure you're in health. Make sure you're getting money. Make sure your mind is right. Right? If you don't have kids or you're not married yet, make sure you vet out the right woman. If you do have kids and you've been divorced or something, same thing. You kind of got a little dent in your armor, but it's all good. Because you can make up for that with the other things that I said by your mindset and money and making yourself look better and health and all that shit, right? Just think about this for a second. This video is for women and men, by the way, because women need to understand this, but they're not going to do that. The illusion is always going to be stronger than the reality. That dose of illusion will always be stronger than reality. So she's going to continue to think that she got more options until she gets older. And then that's when reality hits. Like, damn, I didn't really have that many options as I thought, right? So, just think about this. Let's be real. As a man, we all know you're lucky if a woman even speaks to you. I'm not saying that women don't speak to me or try to talk to me or hit on me and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm pretty one of the lucky guys, I guess, because some men say this doesn't happen. But either way, even if you're a guy that gets hit on by women or whatever, you're still lucky to have women even approach you, right? But if they do approach you, 9 times out of 10, it's a legitimate approach. It's realistic. It's genuine. But when men approach women, nine times out of 10, it's not because she got things going on in her life or her personality or something like that. It's because of what she looks like, right? Is that really a genuine, solidified option? Like, does that guy even know that girl, or does he just want to fuck? Imagine as a man that looks was money, which it is in a way, but a woman can't look at your pocket like, hey, I see how much money. She can't do that, right? So I get it, to a certain extent it is, but let's just say, hypothetically say, that looks was actually money for a man, like literally, right? And a woman could literally just look at you and see how much money you got, right? So imagine so many women coming at you, right? But only because of the money, like her looks. So yeah, even the finest women, a lot of men only are coming at them because they want to fuck them, not because they want to love them. And as a woman, women want commitment. 9 out of 10 of them. You do have some who just want to play around and have fun or whatever. They female players, whatever. We get it. We're not doing this all police bullshit today, right? But most women want commitment and to be loved. They don't just want sex, right? So therefore, how many options do they really have? And then you got to factor in, they also want stability. They want high value men with stability, right? Well, guess what? Most high value men are going to want more than sex from a woman and looks. He's going to want more than sex and looks from a woman for him to commit to a woman. Now, to fuck a woman, yeah, he doesn't really care. More than likely, he don't care. Like, okay, she looks good, I'll sleep with her, I'll smash that. But commitment, remember, women want commitment. They want a man that's going to commit to them and be what a man's supposed to be to a woman, basically, right? High value men are going to vent women out. So all those guys that be in a woman's face, right, for one, are not high value. That's number one. Remember, all women want a high value man. Unless she just wants all the power, so she picks some bum so she can control him. That's the only other way. But most women want high value men, right? How many high value men are there? How many men all across the board make themselves look decent, got money, health, a good mind, want to be faithful to one woman, all these things? How many men across the board got that? That's in her face. How many men got all that across the board? Because if she don't have all that from a man, she's not going to be satisfied. And she probably still won't be satisfied. So again, how many men got that all across the board? That she actually likes at that, remember? Because you can have all these things and she not really like you like that. So therefore, you're not really an option, right? So she got men who only coming at her to sleep with her. Then she might have some men who actually are high value, but she don't want them. Right? Then you got some men who don't want to commit. A lot of men just want to sleep around. Right? So who are all these people that be in their face? Are they really options? But I'm going to tell you this as a man. The women that are in your face that are actually approaching you, not you approaching them, the ones that are trying to get with you, make things happen with you and approach you, are legitimate options. Because women do not just approach men that they don't want. Why would they? They got men approaching them. So as a man, you have legitimate options approaching you. For commitment. They have men approaching them because they look good and they want to sleep with them. Now they do have some guys that really want to legitimately try to be with them, but there's so many other guys that's approaching them. They so confused on who they should pick. That even wipes that out. That even wipes that out as an option for a woman. So now she even has less options because now she's confused. So many men in her face, but they only want to sleep with her. So make no mistake about it. And women should not make this mistake. Any woman who with a big head on a high horse, that's a mistake. All these men are all in my face. That's a mistake. Because you're not going to be able to vent out men properly to pick the right one. It's a mistake as a woman. Don't do it. I'm telling you, women, stay humble. Be smart. Do not do it. Do not let men in your face, how many men in your face gas you up, because most of them are not legitimate options. But as a man, 9 times out of 10, when a woman's actually interacting with you or trying to talk to you or something, it's legit. That's the beauty of being a man. It's legit. So I'm gonna break this down and I'm done talking about it, man. Number one, even no matter how good she look, most men are looking at her looks, not who she is as a person. They don't even know the woman. They just see the looks. They see the outside look, right? And they like that. So therefore, that's why they're trying to talk to her. But then again, he could see that at first, and then he get hit and not even want the woman. So is that a legitimate option? Just because she looks good and men are in her face? Most likely, no. Number two, how many high-value men are there in the world? We're not talking Jay-Z and Puffy high value. We're not talking that 20%. We're talking about, let's say, hood Jay-Z or whatever. You know, the 20% top-tier men that they see on a regular basis. How many of them are there that they actually want to be with? That got everything across the board, including faithful. That's a big one. He can have all that shit and not be faithful. Therefore, he's not really a legitimate option, because she's going to go through heartache and pain and have to share him with another person, right? So how many men are there that's legit, that's really going to be faithful to her? Because not only do women let their ego get to them, you got men doing that same shit. That's why they don't want to be faithful. Oh, I can fuck this one and this one and this one. That's why. It's the same thing. That's why people who think they got so many options, they're very difficult to, it's very difficult for them to actually want to just pick one person and be happy and monogamous with that person. Very difficult. They let their ego get to them, right? So not only, like I said earlier, you also got that it's very few high value men. And then, even if she do attract some high value men, right? Does she even want those guys? Because sometimes she might not. In fact, a lot of times they don't want the guys that actually have a lot going for themselves and shit. So is he really an option if she don't really want him? Nope. Not at all. It just appears like they have more options, but they really don't. Because why? Because a woman's main goal, well, I'm going to say most, I'm going to say about 98% women, main goal is to get a man with stability and a man that is offering a commitment. Those are the main two things women want out of a man. But it's hard for them to get that from the man they want that is actually high value, meaning that he got everything going basically for himself. And wants to commit to her and be faithful. Gotta throw that in there, because y'all keep forgetting this one. How many women you know got a high value man that wants to be faithful to her, right? And she actually likes him the same. And only want to be faithful to her. And like her for her. Nah. It's very few. It's not as many as you think. A lot of women who are married to someone they really don't want like that. It's the fucking truth, man. They just pick that guy because he has the stability, right? And she said, fuck it, I'm done trying to get with these other guys, these so-called options that y'all men keep crying about, saying women got all these options. Lies. No, they don't. They don't got they don't got a lot of legitimate real options. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong with them. It's just the way the game goes. The game goes this way. When men have options come at them, it's more legitimate. When women have options come at them, it's more or less to just fuck. It's just the truth. And if women aren't careful, they're going to fall under that illusion that, yeah, I got all these, I don't want that guy right there. I can do better than that. And that's what happens a lot. That's what happens with a lot of women. They head get big and they think they can do better than a guy they should have chose. You know what I mean? Because in their mind, they think, well, I got all these options at me. They forgot, though, that most men are just trying to fuck. Most men see you from the outside looking in and just try to fuck. They don't. That's the main thing they thinking about. They don't even know who you are yet. So how can a man be a legitimate option to a woman if he doesn't even know who she is yet? He just looking at what you look like, and he likes what he sees. That doesn't necessarily mean that he likes you. He has to get to know you, all these things, right? Nah, see, people ain't trying to hear that. People like to let these fake options boost their mind. Even men do this shit. But again, like, you're lucky as a man for a woman to even come speak to you. That's the life of a man that women don't get. You are, and I'm the type of dude that has a lot of women try to speak to me. But I'm speaking from a whole male's perspective. Men are lucky if a woman even comes to speak to them. So if she do, or say, hey, here's my number, this or that, whatever, it's legit. Versus a man coming up to every fucking woman he see, saying the same line. It's not as legit. Leave that. Leave that. So y'all men, focus on self-improvement, man. And you ain't got to worry about, oh, she got 10,000 guys she can talk to. So what? They make you stand out from all them. Then what? If she don't pick you, she's an idiot. And you don't got to worry about it, because most of them men are not going to measure up. Most men do not care about self-improvement. They just live in life and trying to chase women and shit. They don't care about self-improvement and all these things that women are really looking for out here. The reason why a lot of y'all men have a hard time with women is because they think they got more options than what they got. That's the bottom line, man. But once you know the truth in the game, then it doesn't bother you, because you know she don't have as many options as she thinks. You know what I mean? You also understand that a smart woman, a woman who makes great decisions and things like that, is not going to be foolish about who she chooses. She's going to be very crafty with who she picks as a man. And she's not going to have that ego, which you don't want a woman with an ego anyway. Because now you're competing with her ego and all this bullshit, all this power structure fighting and all that. You don't want none of that. Right? So let the bad bitch mentality females stay over there somewhere. You ain't got to worry about them, right? But yes, man, trust me, man. They do not have as many options as you think, because they want commitment. They want commitment. And most men are not willing to give them that. Most of the men right now that are in her inbox, in her face, whatever, sleeping with her, are not willing to give her commitment. So does she really have options? Not really. They got them, but not as many as y'all think. Not as many as she thinks. So y'all got to stop complaining about this shit. Oh, they got it made, and nah, not really. Men got it made, really. Because we are the controllers of the commitment. And that's what you really want. You want a woman to commit to you, right? More than just a woman dealing with you because she's trying to use you. You know, like the men who only see a woman as, oh, I just want to fuck. Yeah, that shit. You don't want those type of women that set you up in a hotel or something. Right? You want legitimate women who legitimately try to care about you and be with you, right? We hold the key to that. They don't. They don't. All they doing is attracting men who see them from the outside looking in, not who they are. Right? I keep saying that shit because y'all not getting it. I don't think y'all understand. And the more you self-improve, when it comes to you, her finding a guy like you, the chances are real slim now. Especially if you faithful to, you'll do the one be faithful to a woman, and you working on your looks, your body, your money, your mind, all these things. Come on, man. Not many in the circle that she lives in, the area she live in. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, she got options, but them options ain't like you though. Think about it. You go in a car lot full of cars, subpar cars, but you see that motherfucking Lamborghini there. All them subpar cars mean nothing compared to that Lamborghini. And women want the Lamborghini. Why if women had so many options, they'd all be happy. You would not hear no complaint about men. Why you hear so many complaints about men? Ask yourself that, men. Why every day on social media you hear about women complaining about men? Why is that? If she got so many options and men are this and that, why is she complaining? Why is it so hard for so many women to find a man? Or the right man, should I say. They could find men all day long. But the right man that's not going to do them bad. Why is it so hard? Since she got all these options, right? Because she don't really have all these options. Believe that and understand that and don't forget that. The only problem is hopefully women get this. Yes, even the ones that look so good. I hope they get it, but you know they not. You know they not. They in a delusion of an ego, and they're gonna keep in that delusion, and it's gonna ultimately cost them a ring, and it could cost them a whole lot of shit. It could cost their life to get fucked up. You know, if they stay in it long enough, because by the time they snap up out of it, you know they be older, and it might be too late by then. Might be too late to get that high value male you wanted, or that you passed up because your ego. They not trying to hear that shit though. They're not trying to hear that, man. Because as long as they got men all in their face trying to get with them, you know, it makes men seem less valuable. That's a thing too. And it makes them seem like they're more valuable than what they really are. Not saying they're not valuable, but it makes them seem like they're more valuable. Meaning she could be a good ass woman, but now she thinks she's fucking Beyonce, the superstar and shit. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Not saying that she's not equal to Beyonce, but you get my point. It puts them on that egotistic level that I'm just the shit and I don't have to do nothing for a man. That's another problem. Why they think that they don't gotta do nothing. Because they think they got more options than you, man. And then when a man does try to talk to some of them, they think the man don't have no options. Not realizing, hey, maybe he's just like you. And like I said before, by them having so-called a lot of options, you know, sometimes it makes them confused and makes them actually overlook options that they really had. So now they even have even less options by being confused about who they should pick because they think they have more options. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So many women thinking they have more real legitimate options. It confuses them and costs them even more options that they really had. Because they probably start overlooking real options, thinking, I got all kind of men in mind. I pass up on him. He ain't nothing. Motherfucker had 90% perfect as fuck. 90% perfect. It ain't worried about. Look at all these men in my inbox. So now they even have even less options because of the confusion, dog. I hope women really look at this video and really think hard, man. Because I know y'all got some decent men out here trying to get at y'all. Y'all letting y'all ego get to you because you think you got more options than what you got, and it's not. It's men looking at you, your looks, or thinking I want to fuck. That's what you got options. You don't got commitment options. You don't got high value options like that. High value man options like that. You got I want to fuck her options. Remember that shit, man. But us men, most women come at us because they legitimately want to fuck with us. So we definitely have more realistic, legitimate options than women. Of course, we don't have 100,000 women in our inbox or our face every day. But when the women that do be trying to get at us, they're legit. The men trying to get at them, usually, not all, but most of them men are just trying to fuck. Most of them men are trying to get at her because she looks good. I want to fuck. I can't keep saying this over and over. But it's the truth, man. But you don't want to deal with egotistic women anyway. You want to deal with a woman who appreciates men. Appreciates a good man and understands that hey, this guy right here, he's one of a kind. It's not easy to replace. Yeah, that guy might look good and this one might do this and got this and this and this, but I like this one. I appreciate this one. That's the type of women you want. Not the ones that think you're disposable. Oh, I'll break up with him, he'll come back. Men always come back. You don't want none of that shit, man. Because I got so many men in my face. Yeah, you got so many men trying to fuck you in your face. Understand the difference. It does not, and I'm not saying this, I don't want women to think I'm saying that women don't have legitimate options. They do. Just not as many as they think they got, and not as many as men think they got. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna let y'all have a great day, man. And yeah, they got options, but not like they think. And if women don't grasp this, I'm telling you, it's gonna cost them a dude they should have picked. I'm trying to tell you right now, that bad bitch shit, look at me, I'm gonna try to look at all these men all on me. I'm trying to tell you. And that's another thing. If any man is willing to just bow down to a woman he doesn't even know if that woman likes him. Oh, I'll drink your bath water. In her inbox and all like that. Imagine if he don't even know who you are. Imagine how many other women he do that to, he don't know who they are. Because remember, if a man acting that way, he better know who the fuck you are. If I'm talking about drinking a woman's bath water, I better know who this woman really is to really feel that way about her, right or wrong. No cap. Right or wrong, I'll cash out to you. Yeah, cash out to a woman that I know I like and love me, yeah. But doing that to a woman I don't even know like me, come on, think about it. Let's think about it for a second. Is that a legitimate option that a woman really wants? No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. They're getting options from men who see them on the surface. He don't even know who she is yet. So how can he really be a legitimate, real option? Most of them are not. It's out for one thing. She looks good, I want to fuck. That's what it's about. That's not all men who are a woman's option, but it's most of them. So therefore, at best, she has the same amount of options that men do. But we all know most women ain't even gonna speak to you unless they kind of like you. So men options are way more legitimate. We don't just have women coming up trying to talk to us here and there all day long, every day. Yes, it happens, especially if you're a decent looking guy. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. I admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. But not like no woman. Shit, every day, different motherfuckers, every day, everywhere she go. But the options are not legit, and women better realize this before they fuck up and overlook motherfuckers or think they better. You know, I ain't gonna say better than what they are, but think they got way more options than what they got, which would cause them to actually discard a lot of people who was really legitimate options that they should have chose. That's all I'm saying. And y'all men stop crying over this shit, because really men got it easier in a way. Not completely, but in a way we got it easier than women, because we hold the key to commitment, which really is the ultimate goal and the only way you should be dealing with a woman or man. All that other shit can get you fucked up. You know, dealing with people who don't really fuck with you and all this shit, that can get you fucked up in many ways. It can get a woman pregnant by the wrong person or something like that. See what I'm saying? A lot of men they dealing with is actually going to destroy their life in a way, in some type of way. Not love them and commit to them. Women want commitment. And before I go, definitely gotta say this. Men still thinking with your mindset of you want sex. Oh, it's easy for her to get sex, but women want more than sex, right? So it's not easier for her. You're looking at it from your lens. It's easier for you because you hold the key to commitment. She holds the key to sex, yeah. But women want more than that. Women want, unless she's just a woman that just wants sex. That happens, I guess, but how many? Most women want commitment and sex, and they want stability. And how many men are willing to give that to them, that are going to do it faithful and be a high value man that's making her satisfied, that be everything she wants? How many men out there doing that for them? And if there is some, do they like them back? Are they picking them? Or is I got a bunch of options clouding their mind from picking those guys? There's a lot of shit going on. I'm out of here, y'all.